Daisy. Well, welcome back. We're continuing on. We saved that lovely place right there. And now we're over here.
She needs some hope. Some reason to live.
Ooh. Ooh, cold eye.
Our farm. Everything we owned. It's all gone.
What happened?
You'll hear our story repeated around Rivenspire, I expect. The roads just aren't safe anymore. Bandits from the Orc's Finger ruins hit our farm. They slaughtered livestock and looted the place. We only escaped because we hid. Then we ran.
Hey, at least you managed to escape.
Until the next disaster befalls us. Marion. She lost her necklace. A family heirloom. You look capable. I have to stay with her, get her to Shornhelm. Would you go after these bandits? Try to find her necklace.
Sure, I'll try to find the necklace.
Thank you for even considering this. Look for us in Shornhelm if you find it. The necklace. It's been in her family for hundreds of years. I think that necklace meant more to her than the farm.
What can you tell me about those bandits?
Bitter-hand bandits. Bitter bastards, more like it. Trouble for everyone these days. If my brother Adold were here, we could have fought them off. But I couldn't take them on by myself. Not with Marion to protect.
Where's your brother?
He's living the good life as a merchant in Eastmarch. We used to be quite a pair. Fought back to back across the face of Tamriel. But then I met Marion and settled down. Adold went soft and became a fishmonger.
Are you two married?
Keep your voice down. No, we're not married. We've been together for years, but I can never find the moment. And with her broken up like this, well, that moment isn't now.
We're assholes. We really are.
I heard you talking to Lothson. Don't worry, I'll be fine. The big galoot has it in his head I'm some fragile thing. But it would be nice to have the necklace back.
You're holding up then?
Yes. The bitter hand has been skulking about the farmlands for some time now. I knew they'd hit the farm sooner or later. Just figured on it being later, you know?
Mm-hmm. Lotham seems to think you're barely hanging on.
That's what Lothson keeps telling me. Keeps telling me to hold on. We'll find hope soon. My mother didn't raise me to be some simpering Daggerfall flower. I've been working a farm since I could hold a shovel. I'll live.
Can you tell me something about the necklace?
My great-grandmother's great-grandmother had it made. To celebrate her joining some forgotten king's court, my mother told me. I just know it's been worn by every woman in my family for generations. I'd hate to lose it forever.
Alright. Well, let's go find her necklace. Actually, I have the right one. Lady's keepsake. Thanks for remembering to die. So glad that that posts right over the middle of the screen. You guys really wanted to know that I just finished researching that, I'm sure.
Ew. Be sure to wash your hands. futility.
Of course it's the dungeon. I thought it was going to be that little farm just right down, you know, right where we walked past. But no, it's the dungeon. Of course. Of course. I have that habit, don't I? It's just the one time that I don't do the dungeon, I won't get a quest for it. I don't know what is the ideal. It's fine. They're short dungeons. If it was a public dungeon... What would have been nice is if we had, in our dwelling, we just found the necklace, and then we, like, kept it on ourselves until we, you know, someone was like, hey, there was this necklace, blah, 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 and we'd be like, hey, I found it. I know what you're wanting. That would have been a nice... Oh, I thought it was a piece of paper on the ground that we missed. Looks like it's gonna be over here, maybe?
If we must.
Kill me!
Yeah, healer. Go back to shore and home. At least we didn't have to go too deep into the dungeon to find it.
Another chance at perfection. Distasteful.
I know, Xander. I know. And actually, in regular life, I really love mushrooms. Portobello. Little button. I really like them. But I also grew up on them, so, you know. Probably no choice but to like them. Okay, we need to go trigger this. Here it says I did trigger it, but let's go trigger it anyway.
Standing stones exist all across Tamriel, and regional scholars have chosen to affiliate them with regional concepts. For example, some stones in Cyrodiil are mythically aligned with former emperors.
You've told me that about a dozen times now, my dude. I know. There might be a chest hiding. Nope. All right. That NPC, one of them, said, "Never trust an elf. Pointy ear backstabbers."
We can use this. Next.
No trust in there.
And tranquility. Apocrypha, take you! We can use this.
Oh, I'm so glad I picked it then, Xanderwander. Nothing of interest. I'm so sorry, Mr. Mudcrab. I need your shell. I've been getting a series of alchemy writs that take those shells, and apparently I didn't have that many of them. Mostly because I leave the, I tend to leave them alone. I never really saw the point of killing them, but lo and behold. We ran that dungeon. Girl ran away from her husband and got together with a vampire and turned into a vampire herself. Which is weird. A little story. dude. You feel bad. They make a sad little sound when you kill them. While that guy is dying, I'm gonna grab this pewter seam right here.
No, stupid lighthouse. Stupid bandits. Stupid hag raven. Oh.
Why is everything spinning?
Are you alright? What happened to your shoes?
My shoes? Oh, let me think. I was walking along the shore looking for mud crabs when a hag raven tried to get frisky with me. She said she liked the cut of my toes. I told her, no, I'm a married man. After that, my memory gets a bit fuzzy. Oh no, my mace!
What mace?
The mace of Dormouse, someone or another. It belongs to my wife. She'll kill me if I lost it. Can you find the mace? Maybe the hag raven has it. I think I remember seeing her head toward our lighthouse. I need to sit here until the spinning stops.
Alright, I'll try to find the mace and your shoes.
I am so doomed. And it feels like there's a dozen horses dancing the wood elf frolic directly behind my left eye.
Tell me more about this mace.
It's a family heirloom. Been in my lovely Frederick's family for generations. If I go back to the lighthouse without her mace, Frederick will never forgive me. And her mother, she'll give me that look.
What look?
Oh, you know the one. The one that rips away your confidence and your dignity and leaves you doubting your very worth to society. That look. The hag raven cast a spell. That's the only explanation for how the mace slipped from my fingers.
Why does his voice sound like it changed? Like, it feels like the voice actually changed 3 times. Is that what happened to your shoes, too?
Why are you so interested in my bloody shoes? Just please, find my wife's mace. I really can't stand to disappoint her again.
Okay. Well, you're lucky you just lost your shoes and your wife's mace. They've been known to eat eyes.
Another chance at perfection.
We figured that horrible truth out some time ago. I'm still haunted by that. I think the reason why I'm haunted by that, and I don't remember what episode it was, but it was because it was a female warrior who was confident that she could figure out what the cult was doing, and it turned out that they were bartering with Hargravens and supplying them with people that they could eat their eyeballs. And so this poor woman, you know, we thought she was going to be fine, and then just quite suddenly you find out that no, she is not fine. Not particularly the direction I want to go. I can't remember if on recording I showed me going that way. I don't think so. I was goofing off in this area with collecting mats and doing my scrying. Which I haven't particularly showed you guys yet because it's kind of boring.
Is there something I can do for you? I really am rather busy at the moment.
Are you a Hargraven?
Of course not. Do I look like a monster to you? Let me guess. You met my drunken waste of a husband, Parkier? I'm sure he was remorseful, hungover, and telling tall tales. And he probably wasn't wearing any shoes.
Yeah, he said a Hargraven took his mace and his shoes.
He lost the mace of Dumont Belland? Again? And tried to blame a hagraven? I found him last night, drunk as a naked Nord and refusing to listen to a word I said. He ran off, waving the mace and yelling incoherently about mud crabs and his manly charms.
I promised him I'd find the mace. Any idea where I should look?
Parkier probably dropped it near the river. It's not that far. Just head toward the mountains and you'll run right into it. Maybe you'll find his shoes while you're out there too. In any event, I'm grateful for your help.
Can you tell me about your mace? It has a fancy name.
And a remarkable pedigree as well. My ancestor, Dumont Belland, carried it proudly into battle. Most notably, it helped him win the Second Battle of Shornhelm. Or was it the Third Battle of North Point? Well, it's oh so important to my family.
Alright, I'll go find your mace. So is she a lightkeeper? Puppy! Okay, well, freed up some inventory space, and I gotta go find her mace.
Someday you'll make something surprising with that.
Do I want to return it to her or to him? I feel like it should go back to her.
My friend! How good to see you again. Did you give the Hagraven a proper thrashing? And did you happen to find my wife's mace? Tell me all is well, and we'll drink to our good fortune.
I didn't find a Hagraven, but I did meet your wife.
My wife? You met the lovely Frederique? But what about that feisty Hagraven? I'm sure I remember her saying something about how arousing mud crabs on the half-shell could be, but tell me, did you find the mace?
Here's the mace. I found it on the beach.
Ah, yes. I was trying to smash a few mud crabs when the bandits arrived. I barely escaped with my manly charms intact. Well, thanks for finding the mace of Dumont Belland. Frederique can get very loud and screechy when she's upset with me.
I also found your shoes.
These don't look like my shoes. Mine had tassels here and a tear there. And more buckles. My shoes definitely have more buckles. But thank you for finding my wife's mace. I wish I could have been there with you when you took down that Hagraven.
You're an idiot.
There's my brave warrior, as barefooted as the day I met him. Do you remember anything from last night?
There you are, my sweet. I battled a hag raven last night. Or was it a mud crab?
Yes, dear. Of course, dear. And what did I tell you about wearing shoes? You promised you'd put them on whenever you left the lighthouse.
Is he pouting? He looks like he's pouting. Oh, wait. Okay, that way. I think we gotta go this way. This would be dangerous for my health. Oh, my crabs.
If we must.
Quality material makes for quality goods.
I even tried looking in like the different guild shops to see if I could buy the mud crab shell that I need, and it actually there wasn't that many available to buy. I was a little surprised. Am I not where I'm supposed to be?
Apocrypha, take you!
Spire is actually quite visually unique, isn't it? Like, there's a lot going on. A lot of ruins, spires, rock faces. Yeah, and a lot of goodies everywhere. Oh, I put my camera around. Sort of expecting to see like a hidden chest or two, but there really hasn't been any. What are you doing there?
Can vampires have families? How? Perhaps Mike does not wish to know.
You're someone I'm gonna meet up later? That's a really strange place for you to be hiding. Tucked away. It's really hard for me to walk past a glowing material, even though, like, I particularly don't need it. But I see it shining and I'm like, I gotta pick it up.
Good find, cohort.
Oh, we got a dungeon down here. Alright. A retaining wall of some sort? Right. It's actually a crafting station down here. Let's see what it is. Yep. This may be the earliest of the Iliad ruins that culminated in the Doomcrag. Even the place's name, Sea Journey's End, resonates with the history I have pieced together, and a gift of Magicka continues to inhabit this ancient structure. Randus. Someone was sleeping down here.
What you need.
Good find, cohort.
I heard the Great Shackle was destroyed. I hope that means the plane melt has been stopped.
The dire legends of the Doomcrag. In the distant past, the dark and foreboding pinnacle of stone known as the Doomcrag was a place of learning and worship for the Iliad people. But in recent memory, the place has been known...
Now we just need to brew up some tea.
But in recent memory, this place has been known as a haunted peak beyond a treacherous pass of fog and shadow. Due to the current interest of the often ignored location, Countess Tamrith has asked me to chronicle a few of the legends concerning this forbidden place. One dark tale concerns the hero of House Dorrell, Brianna the Bold, who traveled to the Shrouded Pass to chase down the bandit lord, Red Rob. Brianna and her troop of knights chased Red Rob all along the northern shore, intent on capturing him and bringing him to justice for his many crimes, including his most recent exploit, the pillaging of a Dorrell cargo ship. Unfortunately for Red Rob, the House of Baron of the period's daughter was traveling on the ship when Red Rob and his cohorts attacked it. For injuries and insults, she demanded the head of the brigand and dispatched Brianna the Bold to hunt him down. By the time Brianna reached the entrance to the Shrouded Pass, all of her knights had been killed or wounded. She was on her own. Lucky for her, Red Rob had not fared any better. He was alone when he plunged into the dense fog to avoid her. Not to be deterred, Brianna was true to her name and boldly charged in after him. And it was the last time either Brianna or Red Rob were ever seen again. But locals claim that on a clear, cold night, when a thin red mist decorates the jutting shard of rock, you can hear the clash of steel on steel as Brianna and Red Rob continue their epic struggle into eternity. Another popular, if somewhat disturbing, legend concerning Doomcrag tells the tale of a spurned Iliad lover who pines away at the very apex of the mountain. Rejected by a handsome butler in the service of a noble house, the spurned lover climbed to the top of the Doomcrag and refused to come down. Her friends and family tried everything to cheer her up and make her leave that tower. Distraught and sick at heart, she ignored every plea and word of comfort, and when her pain became unbearable, she leaped from the Doom Crag and crashed into the sea below. That, however, was not the end of her sad story. People believe that to this very day, handsome travelers who wander too close to Doomcrag risk attracting the attention of the spurned Iliad. They say that her restless spirit swoops down and, pardon the wordplay, spirits away the hapless traveler, carrying him to the top of the mountain to keep him as a pet and a plaything. Ultimately, however, even the most patient captive does something to reject and spurn the Iliad's spirit. On lonely nights, or so the story goes, you can hear the intermingled screams as the Iliad spirit once again hurls herself into the sea, carrying her latest lover with her to a watery grave. And perhaps the most common tale told by the Doomcrag describes the death that walks. This particular legend is more of a cautionary tale than a scary story, with a beginning, a middle, and an end. It says that any who attempt to climb the Shotted Pass inevitably climbs to their death. With every step, a year of life is lost. Depending on your age and relative level of health, death might overtake you after only a few steps up to the dense fog. Or, if you're particularly lucky, you might ascend all the way to the very top, into the rumored relic chamber, before the death that walks catches up with you. Whichever the case, every step brings with it a measure of pain and a weakness as you march to an inevitable demise. This legend, more than any other, has kept the Doomcrag shrouded in mystery. A few have been brave enough to test the veracity of this story. Reviewing my notes, I can see why Countess Tamrith is frightened of the Doomcrag when she was a young girl. If truth be told, even in my advanced age, those legends have frightened me. Alright, we have... where? Somewhere in that general direction? I'll be back. I gotta... It's all the way over there.
Yeah.
have killed many. I have killed more. Fool, you are outclassed. When you destroy the next, this one will have returned.
My patience are on you next time.
Domain discovered and finished.
Another chance at perfection.
Back we go. There's another book somewhere around here. Hey guys, do you see a book? Might be underground. Could it be underground? The Doom Crag. That's a dungeon over there that I walked past. Veranda's just standing out.
I've explored a few alien ruins in my time. Dangerous places. But you know me. I love dangerous places.
Did I miss anything while I was traveling?
Not too much. Just the usual bickering between Tamrith and Dorel. It's starting to wear on my nerves, truth be told. I needed a little quiet time. You could probably find the Countess and the Baron up ahead arguing about something or another.
All right. I do not see them. What are you doing, Mr. North Point? Oh, let's stop and see this guy.
Wherever
real
the
quick.
god.
All right, Verandis.
My friend, I am sorry you had to be the one to end Lorea's troubled existence. It was unfortunate, but necessary. And now, if we are to save Rivenspire, we must engage in another unfortunate act. The time to deal with Baron Montclair is upon us.
Are you sure Baron Montclair is here?
Montclair is here. Of that there can be no doubt. He awaits atop the Doom Crag, where he somehow activated ancient defenses to block our path. We need to find a way around these defenses and then set up portals to transport our troops up the mountain.
What can I do to help?
The book we uncovered at Lokrata contains maps of the ruins, among other things. These maps show 2 portal chambers leading to the top of the Doom Crag. If you can reach the first chamber and open a portal, we can begin moving troops into position.
Fine, I'll find a, that's okay. I'll find a way to reach the first portal.
Be on your guard. In addition to activating ancient defenses, Montclair has somehow awakened the Ayleid guardians that haunt these ruins. You may have to deal with them as well as you make your way into the first portal chamber.
Can I ask a few questions before I begin?
Of course, but let's try to move this along. I fear Baron Dorel will charge straight into an Ayleid trap in his haste to make something happen.
Why is this place called the Shrouded Path?
A recent appellation. It refers to the thick fog that develops within the pass up the mountain. But my translation of the text tells me this was once a great place of learning and worship, with pilgrimages occurring daily to the top of the Doom Crag.
How do we stop Baron Montclair?
The Lokrata text may provide us with some insight that will help us deal with Baron Montclair. I just need to finish my translation. This requires great care and concentration. I don't want to make an error that will cost us dearly later.
Dude, you've had tons of time to do that. What have you been doing while I've been saving Rivenspire?
Someday you'll make something surprising with that.
Alright, we're gonna quickly dive into this dungeon. I may regret it. Because we might have to run back in there for a quest, but... we don't have too many locations left, and I want to get it done.
This is too much. Do I look like some kind of powerful sorceress to you? No, I'm just an apprentice. I can't take on an army of Baron Montclair's thugs. I mean, I want to advance within the Mages Guild, but they ask the impossible.
What is it that they've asked you to do?
The Magister in Shornhelm sent me out here to recover a relic called the Tear of Anurame. It's incredibly valuable. I don't think he even expects me to succeed. I think he's just trying to get me killed.
Would you like me to help?
You mean, you would go and get the Tear of Anurame for me? Yes, of course! If you'll go get the tear and bring it back to Magister Wolftus in Shornhelm, that would show the old bastard. I think I could even claim credit.
Alright, I'll go find the tear.
I can't tell you what a relief it is to have your help. I'll stay here for a little while in case you have any questions, but then I'll head back to Shornhelm. I'll tell Magister Wolftus I've dealt with the matter, and he'll soon have his relic.
I do have some questions.
You're the one doing the real work here. If all I have to do is answer a few questions, I'm getting off easy. What do you want?
I don't care about any of that.
Take the gauntlet of blood and drink deep.
Take the gauntlet of blood and drink deep. In the darkness, it's so fun to see their eyes glow green. I should feel bad about that. I don't.
Light it up!
Any chests? No chests. Oroki is one of the leading Iliad cities in northwest Tamriel. May contain Merithic era relics of untold power. Search it thoroughly and bring what you find to the headquarters.
A most auspicious find.
The tale of Princess Anurami? Princess Anurami stepped out onto the balcony, the cold wind whipping her skirts around her legs. She peered upward toward the tower, hoping to see nothing at all, hoping the servant girl had lied to her. At first she could see nothing but darkness and no sign of movement. She sighed in relief and almost turned to leave, crossing her arms across herself to fend off the biting winds. But then the clouds parted and the light of the full moon illuminated the tower. Silhouetted against the moon, she could see them clearly, her beloved and her sister, locked in a passionate embrace. She stood frozen, unable to move or even to breathe, and as she watched, her heart darken and a single tear slid down her cheek. Aww.
Molag master of domination, spread the seeds of strife and discord in these mortal realms.
One of the NPCs down there just cried out to Molag Bal to spread the seed of strife. Don't be calling out to Molag Bal, please. I mean, we took him on once. We can do it again, but...
We have an accord.
I don't want to.
I am a scholar, damn it!
And a pile of, snow. Ice and snow. It's gonna be horrific. I mean, it probably doesn't feel like that horrible. I imagine your body just is frozen, but... Could you imagine, like, you have to, like, go and tell the family that, you think you found them, but really they're a pile of melting slush? That'd be horrible. Oh, sorry. I was actually trying to go for the bookshelf, but you got in my way. It's a little weird that they're praying to Molag Bal as vampires. They should be praying to a different prince altogether. I forget what her name is, but there's one that's in charge of vampires. I guess it could be Molag Bal.
I'm feeling hostility.
No, I don't think it's Molag Bal. I'm not sure. I guess. I'm pretty sure it was a female that's in charge of the vampires. So we will find out more about it when I finally get around to doing the DLC about the vampires. There's a whole DLC about it when they introduce the ability to turn into vampires.
Refreshing. Take it in. An opportunity for learning.
Baron Montclair put me in command of an expedition to the Oroki ruins to search for some ancient relic for Rajal Jewel, some old Iliad thing called the Tear of Anumarami. I just hope it's bigger than the real tear, or we'll never find it. Day 9, or is it day 8? Or day 10? There's no sunlight down here, and we keep the hours in a regular rotation of working and eating and sleeping, but I've lost track of what day it is. We've been told not to return until we found this thrice-cursed relic. Day whatever. I've been neglecting my journal terribly, but what is there to report? We still haven't found this damn relic. We did, however, find this ancient text that suggests that the tear is capable of destroying entire cities. I hope the Baron knows what he's doing. I wrote to Baron about my concerns, and he responded. He says he's well aware of the relic's power, and that it will prove invaluable if we truly restore the Riven Spire to the glory and stature we had under King Rancer. I wonder what he's planning to do with it. At alas, the tear, we can leave this dark pit behind. Oh, sunshine, oh, fresh air. We received orders to take the relic directly to a small ship on the beach, which be sailed to Wayrest. Is the Baron really planning on destroying the capital of Daggerfall Covenant? I suppose it's not my place to question orders, though. Hey! He's too far away. You jerk. I just killed
that
3
could prove useful in our
of
work.
your leaders, and you were just completely cool with it. Just fine. Yeah, dumbasses. And then I'd probably complain if they all attacked me at the same time. They're like, how fair is that? I mean, I guess we could always go with that they just didn't like them. I didn't see any Iliad wells to draw from. I wasn't expecting that to be such a... bunch of quests to do in Shornhelm.
Quality material makes for quality goods.
Alright, I gotta go this way. Alright, ready to do this? Should be fun. Oh good, spider webs. Love it.
Ugh, dirt fungus.
The house folk of Silverhoof. Let's see. I scout. Will you please go away? And we found all the lore books in Rivenspire. Great. I scoffed, of course, when I heard the rumors. A lost colony of red guards on the northern coast of High Rock. Patently absurd. But the rumors were so persistent, so consistent, that eventually I was moved to take a sabbatical from my pedagogic duties at the academy and traveled north to see for myself. And behold, by the tears of Mawa, it was so. All of the scholarly details... Sorry. I got confused. All the scholarly details we found in my forthcoming paper, Sevenfold Truths of the Tribe of Herd Mother. But I shall summarize the main points here, as I feel this tale is too wondrous to wait upon the slow march of scholarship. On the northwest coast of High Rock region of Rivenspire, some leagues west of the city of Shornholm, is a pastoral basin known as the Vale of Silverhoof. Abiding there, as they have for the past 3,000 years, is a tribe of redguards who go by the simple name of the Horsemen. How did they get there, and when, and why? Unfortunately, the Horsemen have no written records, but their oral traditions are strong, and I have recorded those that have been passed down from one generation to the next. The elders of the tribe were generous with their time, particularly two named Mazar and Yolada, and from their tales I have been able to piece together the following tentative history. The Horsemen originally came from Yukata, and there can be no doubt. Though they have become unavoidably Bretonized over the centuries by contact with the Nedic folk who surround them, they retain a number of Ugandan words in their daily speech. All spoken with a drawl in the vowels we associate with the steeps of old Achaeus Kazaz. A few examples will suffice from their writing terminology. To tell a horse to turn left, the horsemen say Natu. To turn right, Natuhu. And to halt, they say Salim. And of course, Natu is old Yukaden for turn, while and Salim means to stop or cease. Okay, we're good. That was okay. The big spider that made that is really gross, and I don't want to deal with anything with it. Why did the lore books always have to be...
A large door straight ahead. Clearly, that's the main entrance. That's the way we should proceed.
This door is closer. It could provide a shorter path. Perhaps fewer blood fiends to contend with.
I'd rather cut through the enemies I can see than walk blindly into something I can't. The ruins might be full of traps.
My dear Baron, you have an annoying habit of never listening to a word I say. You'll do as you please, as usual.
You two should just hook up and get it over with. Get the tension out. It's very rude, laying your comrade down. Oh, wait, he's alive. He's taking a nap. And you're praying over him? Under a bunch of cobwebs? Gross. Oh.
That was intellectually stimulating.
Where am I going? Am I going through that door? Oh, I must be. Oh.
We can use this.
Never fear. The amazing Darien is here.
Oh, great, Darien. Great.
Make better choices.
Another battle, another victory. Go on ahead. I'll stay here and guard the door.
Can you use that in your craft?
You only say that when there is a bag, but I don't see a bag. By the way, when we were taking on that big skeleton guardian guy, I was like, man, it's really hard to kill him. And that other player walked up and it died really fast. Those kind of interactions make me feel like maybe I'm not playing my character right. Like maybe I've done my stats wrong. direction do I want to go? Here, I guess. Something down here.
Knew you would find the chamber and open the portal.
What should I do next?
As our troops emerge from the portal and take a position outside, you need to make your way to the second portal chamber. Once you activate that portal, we can get the troops that much closer to the top of the Doomcrag.
Then what happens?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We must step through each door we come upon in turn. For now, you need to reach the second portal chamber.
Okay.
Go on. Second portal chamber should be on the 3rd level. I want to make sure this portal is stable, and then I'll follow after you.
that add-on has an update, and now it's all big and gross on my screen when I finish it. Usually it was small and on the top, but and it's also kind of tattletaling on me because it's roughly a day of research. So it's telling you guys that I started that research yesterday at this time. Which makes sense because I generally play around roughly the same time. My dudes. Looks like a giant gargoyle over there. Be fun.
Good find, cohort.
Yep, guardian, gargoyle.
Apocrypha takes you!
Oh, that one wasn't too bad. It was just me and Xander. We did alright.
Another barrier blocks our way. Look around and see if you can find a way to disable it.
Hi. You slightly startled me, my dude. Right, is there not... Okay, Stone Guardian. Deep silence, the iron gray time, seeping into the bones and roots. Snow and ice cover the land, and the world dies before being reborn. Okay, deep silence, seeping into bones and roots.
Ungar? That could mean iron. Or cold. I suppose this one refers to winter.
Iron gray
Ungar?
time.
That could mean iron. Or cold. I suppose this one refers to winter.
How quickly I forget. Alright, hold on.
Anga? That could mean iron. Or cold. I suppose this one refers to winter.
Awake! The long eons of silence have finally come to an end. I speak in the coarse tongue of our servants, so that you may understand. Knowledge is the key that opens this door, and none may pass who have not gained knowledge.
What kind of knowledge are you referring to?
To the knowledge of which I speak, you must understand the cycle of time to pass beyond this chamber. When you feel you are ready, my riddle shall begin.
Okay. The time of flowing water, the pale rose of dawning time. Awake now, reaching for golden light. All is new and all is bright.
Laurelace. The time of sweet water? That must refer to spring rains.
Alright. A time of ending harvest and slaughter as dusk falls across the land, feast before famine, a plethora of bounties.
Morelata? The dark light, dusk? I think this one was referring to autumn.
Yep. And by the butterflies, this is spring. The time of green and growth, long days and short nights, abundant life, endless sun, fruits ripen and creatures thrive.
The green shine? That's close, but not quite right. I'm guessing this refers to summer?
Alright.
Awake! Tell me, what is the time of dawning? Of birth and nourishing rain? Time moves forward as sweet. Flowing water brings new life and new promises. A time of light and joy and abundant growth. Long hot days give way to short hot nights. The cycle advances as the golden sun fills each long day.
Oh, he just sat down. Alright, next riddle.
And end comes to all things. And like dusk comes before the night, this cycle comes before the grey of iron death.
Ingalayan? What?
Awake! The long eons of silence have finally come to an end. And end comes to all things. And like dusk comes before the night, this cycle comes before the grey of iron death. A time of reaping, yes? Of preparing for the cold that fills the world.
Next riddle.
Tell me true, if you really wish to pass. What is the season of iron grey? What is the cycle in which the world finally dies, at least for a time? The last cycle, when warmth is but a memory, and rebirth seems an eternity away.
Alright, I have answered your riddles. Now will you let me pass?
Our duty has been fulfilled. We held the barrier in place until the proper time, which you unlocked, by understanding the rhythm of the cycles. And like those cycles, our time has come to an end. You may pass in peace.
The barrier has fallen. The portal chamber should be just a short way ahead.
Another chance at perfection.
Never mind all that. It's Dad telling on me that I left for a little bit.
The Doomcrag waits just beyond this chamber. The Doomcrag and Baron Montclair.
Aww. You are not having a good time of it, are you, my dude?
We can use this.
Oh, it's a steel. Why is it a steel?
I don't know if I'll ever get used to traveling by portal. One moment you're there, the next moment you're here. It's positively disconcerting.
How fares the battle, Baron?
Better than I expected. We met with some resistance, but thanks to your efforts, we've been able to move our troops quickly through this death trap.
Are you ready to assault the Doomcrag?
We should be, once everyone has come through the portal. Why don't you check with Count Ravenwatch and see if he's ready? I hate to say it, but his knowledge has been invaluable in all this.
Very nice. Good to settle my old bones for a bit. That could prove useful in our work.
I never really thought this day would come, but it is what Verandis has been training me for. I guess we're really going in there, into the Doomcrag. It's a bit scary, but I'm with Verandis to the end.
Are you sure you're ready for this?
I've seen the pain Verandis has suffered because of this place. It tortures him. Verandis has always been there for me. Always. I'll do anything for him. If that means invading the Doomcrag, then so be it.
Oh, you care for Verandis, don't you?
Probably more than he'll ever know. But that's besides the point. We need to end this and make things right. Even if we have to die to accomplish that.
Once again, you succeeded at the task set before you. Well done, my friend.
I think everyone is here. The pass is ours.
A battle won, but the war rages on. We must reach the Lightless Remnant and destroy it. But Montclair will grow more desperate the closer we get to that cursed relic. Are you ready, my friend? Once more into the breach.
Once more into the breach.
I fear that Montclair will have a surprise or two waiting for us within the Doomcrag. I suddenly have the feeling that bringing an army up here was a terrible mistake.
A mistake? What are you talking about?
Never mind that now. We must reach the Lightless Remnant and end this madness. Tell the troops to remain here. They need to make sure none of Montclair's soldiers follow us up into the Doomcrag.
You had us bring the troops all the way up here just to stand guard?
Do not question me. If my orders aren't followed to the letter, Montclair will defeat us and Ravenspire will be lost. Talk to Countess Tamreth and Baron Doro. Tell them what I have said. Then meet me at the bridge that leads to the Doomcrag.
Alright, I'll pass your order on to Doral and Tamreth. It's because he's afraid that the Baron's going to turn them into vampires. I bet.
What word, my friend? Is Verandis ready for the troops to ascend the Doomcrag?
Verandis has ordered the troops to remain here and guard our flank.
Remain behind? And deny them the glory of being there when we achieve victory? Never! When Verandis starts his march to the top of the Doomcrag, we will be with him every step of the way.
Verandis is worried about Montclair's forces regrouping behind us. That's not what he cares about. He's actually afraid he's going to turn you all into monsters.
I'll leave enough soldiers to protect our flank, but our best soldiers are coming with me. Tell the Count that we're coming with him, whether he likes it or not.
Well, we know what's going to happen, don't we? We see it.
The soldiers must stay here.
Yep, I got it. I got it.
Another chance at perfection.
Do you believe that man? And to think, I thought him to be dashing and heroic. But enough of such matters. You aren't here to discuss my personal life. Tell me, what news from Count Ravenwatch? Are we ready to march against Montclair?
The Verandis wants the troops to stay here and guard our flank.
And as a little girl, I wanted a pet guar I could decorate with ribbons and call Penelope. But we don't always get what we want, especially in war. The light has guided us this far. It is not done with us yet.
So you're not going to do as Verandis asks?
I thought I made that clear. The Count has been an invaluable ally, but he is not in charge of this expedition. My troops have served us well. They deserve to see this through to the end. Tell the Count that we're going with him to Doomcrag.
I thought for sure she wasn't going to do it. Oh no.
I'm trying to talk some sense into the Countess. She needs to abandon all this light nonsense and start trusting in herself and her own abilities. Besides, she's much too pretty to hide her head inside a prayer book all the time.
And how's that talk going so far?
I think I'd have better success coaxing an ogrim into my bed. The Countess won't listen to a word I say. She's convinced that religion is the answer to all our troubles. After this, I'm done with House Tamrith and beautiful nobles.
You're too good for her. She can't see a good thing when it's right in front of her.
Oh my. I didn't realize you felt this way. But I guess it's to be expected. I never have been able to tone down the charm. Well, don't worry, my love. When this is all over, we'll find each other again. I just know we will.
Oh man, and we know what we know because we did. I'm so sorry, Darian. I'm so sorry. Oh.
Turn back now, and take the other mortals with you. Your flesh and blood is too fragile to withstand the power of the cursed relic.
Why do you try to stop us, Spirit?
We only seek to save you from the fate that befell us so very long ago. This place is cursed, tainted by a terrible power that has grown corrupted and impure. We do not wish to see you succumb to its vile touch.
Remnant must be destroyed.
The relic cannot be destroyed. If that is your quest, you have already failed. The vampire knows this, as does the one now controlling the relic. If you try to destroy the relic, you will only unleash its power.
Tell me more about the relic, Spirit.
When we came to this land many eons ago, we brought with us a powerful relic to help us tame its wilderness and allow us to survive.
The Lightless Remnant?
It was originally La Tanya, the light of life, forged by our greatest sorcerers. It helped plants grow and healed illnesses. It helped us bring life to this barren wilderness.
What happened to change that?
We were attacked by the savages that dwelled here before us. It was a brutal fight, and much blood was spilled. Many died on both sides of the conflict. Blood and death tainted the light of life. The relic changed.
The relic was cursed?
It became Abagandra, the lightless remnant, a beacon of death. Moreover, when the vampire touched it, the corruption intensified, became more potent. If the relic is destroyed, the blood curse will flow unhindered throughout the land.
You must do exactly as I taught you, yes? The power of the Remnant will call to you, tempt you. You must be strong enough to withstand that lure.
I'm ready for this. You know that. Stop treating me like I'm a novice, Verandis. I won't fail you. I won't let you down.
You have never disappointed me, Gwendis. But the Remnant is more powerful than you can imagine. Be on your guard. Now head inside. I'll join you in a moment. I trust you have spoken to Tamrith and Dorel. Are the soldiers standing guard at the second portal?
They won't wait. They want to see this through to the end.
The fools! I just wish I would have realized our mistake before we made it this far.
You mentioned that before. What mistake did we make?
I didn't think. Didn't realize that our proximity to the Remnant would be our undoing. The Remnant feeds off life, devours it. Not only will Gwendis and I be susceptible to its lore, but the soldiers. They're just more fodder for the blood curse.
I can try to make them see reason?
No. It's too late for that now. We have to move forward and hope we're not overwhelmed by our own forces. But if any of them turned into blood fiends, I promise to end their suffering as quickly as possible.
Well, I guess let's not get attached to anybody down there. Survive the initial assault.
This is where it happened.
Perfect.
Where Layla died, and Montclair changed.
Where are Montclair's forces? I thought for sure we'd have to fight a horde of blood fiends to make it through this place.
Montclair is a strategist. He's waiting for us to make a mistake that he can take advantage of. I fear that mistake is about to be made.
Soldiers, spread out.
You should
Secure
have
this
heeded
chamber.
my warning, Baron. This is no place for you.
You would deny our moment of glory, Count? The light shines on us this day.
There is no light here, Countess. Only darkness and death.
Arcade, protect us. What is that?
Baron Montclair. He's here.
Troops, on my command.
Welcome, Ferrandis. And like a good guest, I see you've brought me gifts to play with. Allow me to grant my blessing to your army.
This is exactly what I feared. He's turned our own troops into blood fiends.
How does it feel to want those that you care about turn against you, Ferrandis? How does it feel? Wife? My daughter? You've taken everything I ever loved,
Wyman,
Ferrandis!
I'm sorry. I never meant for any of this to happen.
My daughter loved you, Ferrandis. She loved you!
The Remnant. Oh. It drove Larea insane. Are those giant skeletons?
Your accomplishments just compound one upon the other.
Your allies grant you strength.
Come out and face us, you coward. You can't hide from us forever.
Wyland, please. We can find a way to free you from this power.
To what end, my old friend? My wife is dead. My daughter killed by your own hand. What do I have if not this power? I think I'd prefer to let you experience my pain. My suffering. To let you see what it's like to lose everything you hold dear.
No, Montclair! Stop this madness!
Come, Gwendis. You look famished. Allow me to prepare you a feast fit for my new queen.
No, Montclair, please! I never should have brought everyone here. I should have handled this on my own. You're in danger as well. Montclair will eventually try to use you against me.
Where did he take the others?
Montclair has never left the Remnant Chamber. He was able to defeat us by working through a projection. I assume he's teleported Gwendis and the others to his side.
How do we stop Montclair?
I'm still connected to the one who turned me. The answer to our problem rests with him. If we are going to defeat Montclair, you must trust me this one last time. I will not betray you.
The one who turned you?
We can discuss that later. For now, we need to reach Gwendis before the Remnant corrupts her and she feasts upon the others. Head upstairs and I'll follow right behind you.
Let's go find Gwendis and the others.
I can feel them. Gwendis, Tamrith, and Dorel are still alive. But I can also feel Gwendis' hunger. She won't be able to hold back much longer. We must be ready to do whatever is necessary. Let's go.
Wasn't your father the one that turned you? I'm not misremembering that. I'm pretty sure, because I remember finding him and we had to defeat his father and free a town.
Be on your guard. Montclair will do everything he can to stop us.
Don't fight it.
Has been harmed, or any of our friends. I'll show him no mercy.
A most gratifying resolution.
Oh, alright. Fine. It's okay. Fernandez, I got this. Thanks for supervising.
Close. I sense the Gwendis is nearby. Gwendis? What has he done to you?
Verandis, help. Please, help me. Their blood smells so good. These restraints, they won't hold me back much longer.
You must control yourself, Gwendis. We'll find a way to get you out of there. Show yourself, Wylan. Tell me what you want. Tell you, Montclair, answer me! I'm sorry, my friend, but it seems we're going to have to play Montclair's game to free the others. If we don't get Gwendis out of there soon, those restraints will break, and she'll feed on the nobles.
What's going on here?
Montclair has constructed a blood ward to imprison Gwendis and the others. The Remnant, its proximity is playing havoc with Gwendis' hunger. The urge to feed is stronger in her than ever.
What about these statues? What are they doing?
He's using alien magic to increase the power of the ward. I'll do my best to dispel it, but I think we'll need to destroy the statues if I'm going to have any chance to succeed. You must protect me while I attempt to unravel the spell.
Protect you from what?
Montclair will strike when I'm distracted. You must keep me safe, or we'll never reach Gwendis in time. One more thing. Watch for an opportunity to destroy the statues. As long as they power the ward, my efforts will be less effective. Are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Then may luck be upon us both.
To Apocrypha with you.
Maybe if I... the gargoyle to attack one of the... Yeah, that's what I need to do.
Accord.
I shouldn't have frozen him. Damn it. I needed him to do his mega attack.
There we go.
Move now, please.
I'm fine, Xander. I'm fine.
Any more? I need some tea.
Stuck on the tree. Stuck on that tree.
Power's dropping.
Gwendis, are you alright?
I did it. I resisted. I didn't feed. Wait. What happened to the nobles? Did I remember wrong?
They're fine, nearly unconscious. I'm proud of your restraint, Gwendis.
What's going on in here? Is the Countess all right?
Damn it, Tyrion, slow down! Wait for me, you long-legged bastard!
Baron and the Countess are fine, but you both arrived just in time to move them to safety.
Take them out? But we just got here. We want to help take down Montclair. Neither of us has had a good fight in... well, it's been at least a couple minutes.
No, Darien, this battle is not one that you and Scordo can win. Leave Montclair to us.
But... oh, very well. But I get to help take down the next would-be world conqueror we come across. Deal?
As you wish, brave Darien, as you wish. And now, my friend, the time has come to face Montclair.
I was gonna see if they were gonna pick him up, but nope, I think they're just gonna tend over him, and we just... Oh. Someone can't read.
Rivenspire needs Tamrith and Dorel. They cannot be allowed to perish here. I need to help get them to safety before I join you up above.
I thought Scordo and Darien could take care of them.
They will, with my help. Besides, I can't face Montclair just yet. There are preparations I must make to ensure our success. But time grows short, and you must distract Montclair to give me time I need for my preparations.
I don't understand.
If Montclair dies while connected to the Remnant, the relic breaks and unleashes its curse upon Rivenspire. No one would be safe from the Blood Fiend Plague. We need to stop Montclair, but we need to do so in a way that doesn't doom Rivenspire.
And how do we do that?
That, my friend, is what I still need to work out. And while I do that, I need you to keep Montclair busy. You have done more than I ever hoped, my friend, and I am proud to have fought beside you. Now go. We both have jobs left to do.
I'm gonna be your punching bag, aren't I? I'm gonna be your scapegoat. That's fine. He's pretty. The horizon's a bit goofy, but that's fine. Imagine they don't think idiots like me are gonna pan my camera around in a way to look.
I'll make you pay for taking my daughter's life. These animal trappings mean nothing. There is no hope for any of you. Ruin it. Have you listened? The doomed Riven Spire. Let the power of the Remnant burst free.
Remnant. It's cracking. You did it! The power threatens to break free. I can feel it. The power. I could consume it. Become stronger than I ever imagined. No.
Nope.
I can't give in to this temptation. I must remove the Remnant from this place. Take it to the plane of my master. We need to talk. One last time.
Oh, you're taking it to your prince. Oh.
Time is against us, my friend. I must remove the Remnant from this place before it is too late. I need you to do something for me first, though.
What do you need?
Adusa, my oldest, most trusted ally. Tell her that House Ravenwatch is hers now. She must carry on our work. Continue to train Gwendis, and any others who need her help.
I don't understand. Why are you talking like this?
Because I need to take this relic out of this realm. It needs to be transported to a place where it can't do any harm. I have made a deal with my master. Molag Bal has agreed to take me and the relic to Cold Harbor.
You're giving the Lightless Remnant to Molag Bal?
It is the only way to make certain that Rivenspire is saved. Molag Bal will take the relic into his realm. Rivenspire, all of Nern, will be safe.
Alright, well, we know it's true. Do what you think is best.
I thank you for your trust. Rivenspire will be safe, and life will go on. Tell Gwendis that I'll miss her. That I'm proud of her. Farewell, my friend.
Alright. Goodbye. No. No.
Look, everyone! We've got a survivor! You actually survived the destruction of the Doomcrag? That's remarkable. I mean, I've seen you do some amazing things. I'll never forget our adventures in Glenumbra. But to walk out of a collapsed mountain? That's really impressive.
Miranda's teleported me to safety at the last moment.
That persnickety vampire really came through in the end. He was a good man. For a vampire, I mean. We won the day, and that's what matters. The people of Rivenspire are safe now.
I see you managed to get everyone out of there?
Just barely. We made it out right before the damn mountain came crashing down. I still don't know what kind of magic you did up there to defeat Montclair, but remind me never to get on your bad side.
We need to get back to Shornhelm.
Before we go, you need to talk to Gwendis. She's not taking this well. I even tried my sad face. It usually works, but she almost bit my head off. Anyway, we'll see you back in Shornhelm.
He's really gone, isn't he? The mighty Verandis. I hate this. I really hate it.
He sacrificed himself to save us all.
Sacrificed? Like in dead? What do you mean he sacrificed himself?
He took the Lightless Remnant to Cold Harbor. It was the only way.
No. Why'd you let him do that? Do you know how hard he worked to distance himself from the prince? If Verandis is still alive, the prince won't give him up easily. But why did he leave me here? I should have gone with him.
He wouldn't have wanted that.
How do you know what he wanted? He was everything to me. Why didn't he tell me what he was planning? Why didn't he let me help him?
He did what he set out to do. He saved Rivenspire.
Saved us? Doesn't feel like I was saved. But Ferrandis always carried a great weight on his shoulders. Maybe that's been lifted from him now. I can only hope, right?
It's time to go, Gwindis.
Before we go, take this. Ferrandis gave it to me, but I can't keep it. You helped him so much. You should have it. You helped the man I cared about, the man I loved, and you were with him to the end. This belongs to you. I need a little time to say my farewells. Don't worry about me. I won't do anything stupid. Promise. But you need to get back to Shornhelm. Without Ferrandis there, they're gonna need your help to figure out what happens next.
What do you mean?
All of this. It happened because Rivenspire doesn't have a true leader. If that doesn't change, it won't be long before the region falls into chaos once more. At least, that's what Ferrandis used to say.
And what about you?
I'll find my way. Ferrandis taught me well. And Dedusa's back at the manor. She'll keep me company. Things will be alright. It'll just take time. Now go. Get out of here and go help the High King choose a ruler for Rivenspire.
Alright, I'm on my way to Shornhelm. If it makes you feel any better, I do know a bit of what's coming, and that is not the last time we're going to see Ferrandis, I promise. That is all I'm going to tell you. But in order to find out what happens to him, it does take us to go to a DLC, and my plan is to go through all of the vanilla content first that came with the game when it released, so we still have a whole nother chapter or a whole nother faction to do, and then I will deep dive into all the DLCs. So there is tons of content. This game is far from over. We're maybe a third through, maybe. I don't know. It's really hard for me to say, but we are not that far into the game technically.
Spare a copper or two?
Oh, Xander, that was a bit heartbreaking, wasn't it?
I'll soon be heading back to my homeland of some.
Bottoms up!
Let's see, I think we're going this way to the guild's Mages Guild.
Rancer may have been an idiot, and Montclair isn't any better. But Shornhelm could really use a king.
Why do you say that?
Because our constantly bickering nobles are the reason Montclair decided to strike out on his own. I admire the High King immensely, but why he thought setting up a triumvirate instead of just selecting a local ruler, I'll never know.
I can't believe it. You mean Anenya was actually telling the truth? That girl has failed every assignment I've given her. She doesn't have a shred of natural magic ability, but if you have the tear of Anarame, I have to admit, I'm impressed.
Yes, I have the tier right here. Take it.
Stupendous. You have done a valuable service, my friend. Not just for Anenya, but for the guild as a whole. Actually, for all of Tamriel. This relic's very dangerous, and we can now ensure it is put somewhere safe.
Ingrid Van speaks highly of you. If you're high in her esteem, you're high in mine.
Well, thank you.
Shows bones you did it. Thank you. With this, Marion will make a full recovery. I know it. May even get up the nerve to ask for her hand.
Where is Marion? Oh, there she is.
Did I hear that right? You went looking for my necklace. You found it and brought it back? The Eight preserve us. Oh, thank you. And if that lovable galoot doesn't ask me to marry him, I will. You just wait.
Aww.
Coin for the needy.
Get your shit together. Lot them. That's not where I'm going.
Begging your pardon.
Smell that air. Smells like victory.
Things have changed here. You've been busy, Emmerich.
So here we are. Baron Montclair's dead, and that damn artifact is destroyed. Yes, you can pat yourself on the back, all right. You've saved Rivenspire, and that's no small thing. You do realize this creates a predicament for me, though, don't you?
What's the problem?
Well, I can't very well go on pretending the nobles can share the throne. Everyone knows what a colossal mistake I made there. I'm going to have to crown someone. A king or a queen of Shornhelm. Someone to rule Rivenspire, don't you think?
Does look like the people are expecting that.
Exactly. So I have to choose. Countess Tamrith or Baron Dorell. Frankly, since you've recently fought alongside the two of them, I would appreciate your counsel. Speak to them, if you wish. Think about it, and then give me your recommendation.
Probably gonna be the Baron.
We've come through much to reach this point. We won a battle for the very soul of Rivenspire. Now comes the responsibility of rebuilding the kingdom. I hope High King Emmerich gives me the opportunity to lead us through the difficulties ahead.
You think the High King should crown you as King of Shornhelm?
I do. I've come to respect Countess Tamrith. She's a bright young woman, but she's not qualified to rule the kingdom. The coming days demand decisive leadership and a firm hand. You know that as well as I. That makes me the perfect choice.
I actually agree with him. And to tell you why I agree with him, it was actually her reaction to her sister being turned into a vampire. There was no empathy there. She was going to kill her own sister. She wasn't going to listen to any other reason because her religion told her so. So I think that's why I'm siding with him. What would your top priority be as a king?
First things first. We need to rebuild our defenses. The Shornhelm Guard has been decimated by the Civil War, and we'll need to recruit and retrain hundreds of young men and women to restore our strength.
Again, he's not wrong.
It's a miracle that we survived and triumphed over Montclair, thanks in no small part to my steady leadership. May Arche grant the High King the wisdom to see that I am the best choice to lead Rivenspire.
You think the High King should crown you as Queen of Shornhelm?
I do. Baron Dorell is a good man, but he can be dangerously short-tempered and is far too quick to act. Shornhelm has had enough impetuous rulers in its history. We need a thoughtful ruler who truly has the people's best interests at heart.
She's not wrong, but if the people don't fall in line to her religion, she casts them off. What would your first priority be if you were crowned queen?
Helping the people of Rivenspire recover. So many of the kingdom's subjects have been displaced. So many have lost loved ones. We must do what we can to restore the people's faith and get their lives back to at least a semblance of normalcy.
Well, you can still do that, just not as queen.
Take as much time as you like, my friend. It's only the High King and the entire kingdom of Rivenspire waiting.
Thanks, Emmerich. Thank you. I'm ready to give you my recommendation.
Good. Though I do hope you've given the matter due consideration. This isn't like choosing which tunic to wear in the morning. It will affect many lives and the future of the Daggerfall Covenant. Tell me then, House Tamrith or House Dorel?
The Baron Dorel should rule.
If that's your counsel, then I will make Baron Dorel King of Shornhelm. Are you certain, though, that this is the wisest course?
Yes, Baron Dorel.
The brave Baron Dorel, then. I know he is a valiant warrior, and I expect he will make a wise and honorable king. King Allard of Shornhelm. It even has a nice ring to it.
I think King Allard will be an excellent ruler.
Then it's decided. Thank you for your counsel. Both King Allard and myself will be in your debt. After all you've done, there's no reward that can express my gratitude. But please, accept this gift. I'd feel guilty if I didn't give you something.
Thanks, Emmerich.
If I might have
a word
attention,
with my husband's new best friend.
I have decided to crown a new King of Shornhelm. Allard Dorel, please come forward. I hereby name your house the new Royal House of Shornhelm.
I give you my solemn oath, Your Majesty. I will lead the Kingdom of Shornhelm with wisdom and honor. And I pledge my eternal allegiance to you and to the Daggerfall Covenant.
All hail the new ruler of Rivenspire.
I respect your decision, and that of the High King, of course. I will do all I can to support King Allard. I do worry about his militaristic tendencies, though.
As you should, but you can still give advice on how to help the citizens. You are not a woman without power.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, my friend. I promise you, I will do everything in my power to restore Rivenspire to its former glory. We will tell stories of your courage to inspire our soldiers, and you will always be welcome here.
You realize that since I made this decision based on your recommendation, that if ever there's a rebellion in Rivenspire, well, you'll at least have to help me clean it up.
Fair enough, Emmerich, fair enough.
Today is a fortuitous day indeed for Rivenspire, though I fear other kingdoms within the Covenant may not be so lucky. I know that my husband considers you to be his champion, but I wonder if you might be willing to assist his queen as well?
Oh, well, of course, Your Majesty. How can I help?
I have heard troubling news from Sentinel. Rumors say that enemies from my father's past have returned. I wrote to him right away, of course, but as everyone knows, King Faharajad can be slow to respond. Still, I fear for his safety.
Who are these enemies from King Faharajad's past?
Necromancers. Their kind has not been seen in the Alikir Desert for years, but that only makes them more dangerous. If you can go to Sentinel and just ensure all is well, it would be a relief. I have made travel arrangements, if you are willing.
Of course, just tell me where to go.
Look for a ship called the Don Posset offshore at North Point. The first mate, Elvira Dere, should be waiting for you on the docks, ready to leave for Sentinel. When you get there, just make sure the city is safe. Only visit my father, if you wish.
Sure. Can I ask a question before I go?
Of course. I'm relieved already, just knowing that you will go. If there is any trouble there, I know my father could use help, whether he wants it or not. I'm sorry, I digress. You said you have a question.
Can you tell me more about the necromancers?
When I was very young, there was a necromancer, Satura. He raised an army of the dead and marched on Sentinel. Though my people will not fight the dead, somehow my father won the battle. If Satura has returned, though, it would be very bad.
The people of the desert won't fight undead?
No, it is a matter of faith. Our people believe that desecrating the dead, even if they have been risen, is a terrible dishonor. This is why a necromancer in Sentinel would be a very bad thing, and why I am concerned for my father's safety.
Is King Emmerich not concerned about a threat to Sentinel?
My husband has many admirable qualities, and one of them is a hopeless optimism. He rarely takes action until a problem has at least been confirmed. As I said, I have only heard rumors of trouble in the Alikir. Hopefully it is...
Oop. Sorry, I didn't actually particularly mean to cut her off. Alright, Spy and Shore Helm. I still have that to do.